Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Um, I don't know what's going on with the hair. Oh, good grief. Anyway, well, this isn't making me very happy. Oh, we're going to talk to Jason today. Always love talking to him. Love his eyes. He always stands there and gets right in my face so I can look in those. There's something mesmerizing. Like I can look clear to his soul, those eyes. He's just like such a pure soul. Anyway, you know how to do this. You've done this before. I just like to remind people it's not an exact science. So remember, sometimes you got to think outside the box. We communicate the best way we can. He's talking about spring flowers. Spring flowers. I don't know where you live. What part of the country you live in. I don't know that anybody's flowers are coming up yet. I think it's all still gloom and doom and snow, and this is going to bug me till I fix it. It's hell to be female and vain, isn't it? Oh, he says he was kind of prissy with his hair too, or with his looks. Maybe not exactly his hair, but with his appearance. Let's put it that way. He's showing He's showing like multicolored spring flowers, tulips and stuff coming up. I don't know if you were thinking about planting some bulbs or if you have maybe some crocus coming up. I think all of mine, I think I killed all mine. I love the little crocus because they can come up in the snow and they kind of look like little tulips. So maybe that's what I don't know what I don't know, but he's just like showing all these flowers popping up. So, or maybe something's coming when the flowers pop up. I said it's a little early. He says you're a beautiful person. You don't give yourself enough credit. Think kinder of yourself. Be kinder to yourself. Like you would do your best friend. You wouldn't say those things to your best friend. Don't say them to yourself. So I don't know if you've been beating up on yourself about something and he's telling you not to do that anymore. He's being a little quieter than usual. Okay, now he has a now he has a broom, but he's got it up in the air and he's like sweeping away cobwebs and stuff. He says you've got cobwebs kind of all around you and you need to get rid of those cobwebs. And I think he's talking about energetic cobwebs. Um, I don't think he's talking about you need to go around and clean the corners of your room with a broom. Got all these okay. You've got all these cobwebs. So if you I know this will probably sound crazy, but I know you understand a little bit of this stuff. I don't know how much you understand. But if you physically take a broom, and this is going to maybe sound silly, crack the door open, kind of like you do when you sage. I don't know if you sage, but I think you know about that kind of stuff. And physically take a broom and clean the air around your head, above you. Something about your thoughts. Again, he's going back to your thoughts. You need to clean the cobwebs away. And I've had people literally take a broom and go sweep their doorstep and sweep the stuff out of their house. Not the dirt, the energetic stuff. He said you need to sweep the cobwebs of your mind. But he's not showing it in your mind. He's showing it, I don't know the word I want to use, and he's not helping me. I know what he means. You just got stuff hanging everywhere. And it's not really like a cloud over your head like a cartoon character. It's just a bunch of fuzzy stuff that shouldn't be there. But crack the door open, which doesn't make any sense to me because energy is energy. It can come and go with the door open or shut. But anyway, when you sage, you know how you crack the door open to let it out? People say, well, it just stays in there and circulates if you don't. I don't. I still crack the door open. They know more than I do. So sweep it out the door. Swish it around over your head. Move that energy. And then sweep it out the crack of the door or window, whatever you choose, whatever's easiest. And he says, ask an angel to be out there to transmute that energy into something good. They're going to do it whether you ask or not, but I like to ask when I remember. I don't practice what I preach very well. He's dealing cards. He's dealing cards. Have you done any card reading? He's dealing cards. Or have you been somewhere to get your cards read? Man, there's so many good ones out there. I gave up on it. Kind of. And nope, he wants me to pull a release card. Hang on. We can do that. Okay. So this is a card from him to you, something you need to release. Surrender your fear of intimacy. That can also be with yourself. It doesn't have to be with a partner. So whatever clicks with you, you are ready to let love in. It could be love for yourself. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So you're ready to open your heart. And I keep hearing, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Get rid of those cobwebs. It's almost like cords. And if you don't know how to cut cords, go to YouTube. There's dozens and dozens of videos on how to cut cords. I just got this necklace. It's not sitting right on this thing. Why do I feel so crooked today? He's laughing at me. So I would do the broom and the cutting cords with, I don't even know if you have to know for sure who you're cutting a cord with, because I feel like it's not necessarily just like a spouse or a partner of the opposite sex, like a mate. I feel like it's other people in your life too that you need to, in cutting the cord, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it in case you already know all this stuff. Cutting a cord doesn't mean you never talk to them again. It doesn't mean you don't have a relationship with them again. It doesn't mean that. It just means you cut that really, really strong tie so you can breathe. He said he said so you can breathe. So cut that energetic cord, get Archangel Michael to help you, ask him to use his sword, whatever works best for you. He's trying to free up your energy. He's trying to raise your vibration. Jason is. He says he feels like he can help you more from where he's at now than he could when he was here. He said while he could feel it while he was here, he can really see and feel it now. Stop doubting yourself. He says you're trying to backpedal. You're trying to backpedal. He said, stop it. You don't live back there anymore. Move forward. Pedal forward. He says, you too, Rhonda. Again, he's kind of creeping those flowers back in. So maybe this is something that's, as soon as you see these, like I said, unless you've got crocus popping up, don't know where you live. So about the time these flowers start popping up, could be tulips, daffodils, whatever. It's just a bunch of different colored flowers. There's something about that time when they start popping up. But he's not saying what. Or maybe you just bought some. Like I said, maybe you just bought some bolts. I don't know why he's making a big deal out of it. Anyway, he's counting. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. He said it like that. 6, pick up 6, 7, 8. I went on through with it. He stopped at shut the door. So evidently, whatever you're pedaling backwards towards, he wants you to shut the door on it. And make a visual of that too. Whatever's back there that you keep trying to go back to, just imagine yourself shutting the door. You got the cobwebs to sweep, the door to shut, the cords to cut. You need to get busy. He's got a whole bunch of homework for you to do. He says, I'm always right there. He says, but you know it. You know that he's there. You've doubted him lately. He starts laughing real loud. He says, you ought to know better than that. He wants you to tell somebody hi for him. You have a boyfriend. It's a male. Somebody you cared a lot about. Now he's singing the song "You Are So Beautiful," and he's kind of swaying a little bit. So beautiful to me, can't you see? He says, "No, you can't see." Here you go. He's back to you loving yourself. All right, let's get some more. These things must be very important, or he wouldn't keep going back to them. He says, when you care enough to send the very best. And then he goes, chocolates. I don't know if you love chocolates, he loved chocolates, you gave him chocolates, he gave you chocolates, or you have chocolates sitting in front of you, or you just ate some, or you just bought some. I don't know. I don't know where he's going with it. But he goes, chocolates. He's kind of giggling, kind of like an ornery giggle. Candy coated. He's talking about M&Ms. You eating candy? Are you eating M&Ms? Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He says hashtag blah blah blah. Hashtag blah blah blah. He's not telling me what the blah 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 is. He's being a little stinker today. He's not showing me what's behind the hashtag. Up in arms. Up in arms. Usually, the way he's saying up in arms, it's not like arms. It's kind of like at war, you know, when you're up in arms, you're kind of getting ready to battle, go to war. I don't know. It's his show, and he knows how to run it. Now whoa, he stepped in behind me, and I can really feel him. But down, thank you. Down low in my back on the sides where I'm supposed to be doing some tapping, which I've never done before, but my Reiki master told me I need to start doing that, and I did not do it this morning. But it's getting really, really warm back here. I think it's the kidney area, whatever it is, I don't know. Back in the lower back on the sides. I'm getting really warm on my backside. His energy is really strong, so you should feel that, and you probably do. I don't know if you poo-poo it or it's kind of like a hot flash, but it's not the whole body. It's just back there, and I feel more pressure down here. And I know part of that is he's trying to remind me that I need to get that done more than once a day. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. No, he says that's not right. What's good for the soul is good for the gander. He's confusing me today. What's good for the soul is good for the gander. Okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I know what that means. So however that resonates with you, what's good for the soul is good for the gander. He's saying paper. Get your paper out. Get your paper out. There's some stuff you're supposed to write down. There's some stuff in your head that you need to write down. Put it in black and white. But don't let anybody else see it. It's for you. It's your secret. It's your stuff. It's your thoughts. But he wants you to write it down. So I don't know if he's talking about me, and I haven't done it lately. I got to do it here in a little bit. I used to do like at least 5 things every morning. He says yes. Write down your intentions, what you want to manifest, or I'm trying to think of some. I might write down, I want to have good readings today. I want to have healing readings today. Do healing readings today for people. Put it down in black and white. Make it extremely clear in black and white to your guides and your angels in him. Because when we think, oh, I'd like to have this. Oh, no, I want a blue one. No, I want a white one. No, I want a green one. And we keep changing our mind and doing all this. Write it down so it's clear. Don't make a lot of detail. Make it simple, short, few words as possible. Help me, blah, blah, blah. Or I would like to manifest, blah, blah, blah. Make it very, very simple because you won't get it exactly the way you think you're going to get it. You can't believe how that just worked for me a few months ago. Like, in a way I never would have thought. But it came to me, what I asked for. But how you're going to get it is not for you to manifest. It's the end result that you want to manifest. And let them decide the best way to bring it to you. Because, like I said, I never, ever would have thought of it coming to me the way it did. So I could not have manifested it coming that way. But it the end result was what I wanted. If that makes sense. That's what he's saying. Write it down. Write it down. Don't make it a big story. Simple. Sweet. He says sweet. Be careful what you wish for. Oh, he said like 3 different things all at once. Herd of elephants, herd of sheep, and herd of dogs. Was it dogs? Wolves. Wolves and sheep don't go too good together. Herd of elephants, herd of sheep, and herd of wolves. But I heard dogs. So I don't know where the herd is coming from. Are you hanging around people that would feel like a ton of elephants weighing on you? Kind of know what the herd of sheep usually is, a bunch of followers. The herd of wolves, they're going to eat the sheep, but I don't feel like they're together, like one's threatening the other one, like the wolves are going to come in and get all the sheep. So I don't know where he's going with that. Whatever the first thing is that pops in your head is where he's going with that. He says things are going to work out just fine. You know what he's talking about. Just let it play out. You're pushing it too hard. So I don't know what he's talking about, and it's none of my business, but I know if you push something too hard because you want it, you actually end up pushing it away. Unless, I always use the example, let's say your dog gets loose, and you start chasing it, trying to catch it, it runs further. But if you sit down with a milk bone and call it to you, then it usually comes right up to you, and you can snag it. So it's kind of like that when you really want something. You can actually, your energy can be so strong it'll push it away, and then you keep going towards it, and then it keeps getting further away. Do you really have to be safe to be happy? Is there something you're taking a risk at? You really have to be safe to be happy. Don't know safe in what capacity. Sometimes I really wish they'd be a little more detailed. He says you'll know what he's talking about. I don't need to explain it to you, he said. Stay beautiful, stay free. You are a free spirit. Now he's wanting me to look at that card again. Hang on. Okay, he wants you to go back when he's talking about being free. I want you to go back and read that again. I don't know. It's backwards here. I don't know if it is when it comes out or not, but anyway, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Something about being free and begin to release. Something, he's working on you releasing a lot of stuff. Getting the cords, getting the cobwebs out, doing that, all that stuff. Ask him to help you. Ask. you need to ask him. They cannot override your free will choice. We can make all the dumb shit choices we want to, and they just stand there and watch us go, I can't do anything about it. That's her free will choice to make those mistakes and learn from them. If you want help with this stuff, ask him to step in and help. But then you have to allow it. People ask, but then they don't realize that they're blocking it because they're not allowing it. Because they go, oh, I don't want it that way. Well, that's the way it's going to come. Because it's actually the right way for you. He says, I'm super duper 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 proud of you for standing up for yourself. You stood up to somebody, even if it was just a little bit. Maybe it's somebody you don't usually stand up to. You stood up to somebody. Somebody you don't usually stand up to, or maybe in a way you don't usually stand up to somebody. And it's making me feel like, maybe wasn't like you yelled at them or anything, but maybe like inside you're going, I'm not taking that shit anymore. Maybe you didn't even say it out loud when you stood up for yourself. But in here, you're like, not going to do it. He says that will make your soul shine. That will make your soul shine. He says, I will hold your hand. And he's like standing in front of you. It's like you've got your hands out. And he's got his kind of cupped into your fingers. Like holding your hands from the top. You kind of got your fingers curled up. He's got his curled. And he's holding. So put your hands out like that. Curl your fingers a little bit, since that's the way he's showing it. And just, you don't have to hold them up here. That's too awkward. But just put them out, relax them, and sit there for a minute or two. And you should feel him holding your hands when you're ready. When you're ready. He's trying to sing a song, like a little ditty. Can't quite catch it. You have to do it louder. Now he's going chicka boom, chicka wow wow. Chicka boom, chicka wow wow. I just love his energy. Now he's got his eyes in front of my face again. He knows I love his eyes. He's kind of mesmerizing. I don't think he knew he had that kind of power over people. But it's in a good way. Really good way. Okay. He says, chop chop, get busy. You got work to do. And he's got a big old smile on his face. He's giggling. He says, you asked for my help. He said, so there you go. And I will help you with it if you ask me to. He said, so when you do these things, call me. So seriously, before you do any of those things that he suggested, tell him, I'm getting ready to do this. I mean, just literally talk to him and say, I'm getting ready to do this. Will you come help me? And he'll be there. He says, go, Jason, oh, Jason. Well, he didn't sound quite that feminine, but it was kind of higher pitched voice, kind of girly. He's laughing hysterically. I love him. Yeah, he just put his hand on my shoulder, said he loves me too. He's a good guy. Did what I did, and I did it, and I did what I did. And I did. And he's like, matter of fact, I did. Okay. Much love to you, my dear. Thanks for coming back and and asking for Jason. I enjoy him. I do enjoy him. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to be his voice again. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.